What's up, lady? Gang, 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 gang. It's your girl, lady, and I'm back with another video. Finally, I know I've been slacking, y'all, but I ain't even gonna lie. I just ain't really been feeling good these days. You know, I've been having a headache every day of life, but I'm here for the story. Probably gonna do two videos because I need y'all to know me. Chair stuck, but I got proof, I got receipts, I got all of that for this video, lady gang. So just bear with me. So, um, hold on, I'm trying to get back into here so I could. It's gonna be a story time. Today's video story time. Just in case you didn't know, my girl, Yesenia, she been waiting on it. So Yesenia, this is for you. But I'm trying to pull up my receipts and stuff real quick because I'm gonna show y'all it all. Y'all my lady gang. I ain't got nothing to hide from y'all. But basically, so this girl I used to hang with, we gonna call her. I ain't even gonna call her nothing. I'm gonna put her government out there. Her name is Amber. So this girl Amber I used to hang out with. Let me see. Reflection. This girl Amber I used to hang out with. We used to be friends about almost 3 years ago. Okay, 3 years ago we stopped hanging out, and we stopped hanging out because when I started my business up, she wanted me to sell some wallets for her. You feel me? I have an LLC. I'm legit. You feel me? Everything I do is legit. But she wanted me to sell wallets for her through my business. And since this was my friend, she was like my best friend. I'm not even gonna sit here and cap. She was my best friend. You feel me? Like we did everything together. So I told her, yeah. I was like, yeah. You feel me? I'll sell the wallets. I can't find. Oh, that's why I'm in the wrong spot. But so I told her like, yeah, I'll sell them. You feel me? I don't have no problem with it. But we ended up falling out because she wanted more for these wallets than what they were worth. You feel me? And I'm not finna scam nobody. So she started threatening me, all this and that. You feel me? I'm not about no threats. If you're gonna say it. Period. Where is this? Hold on. I'm gonna find this and then I'm gonna come. All right, y'all. So I found it. But basically, we stopped hanging out. I don't hear from this girl for 3 years. You feel me? 3 years. I haven't heard nothing from her, nothing of her, none of that. You feel me? I don't care. But about 2.5 weeks ago, she starts hitting me up. You feel me? Like, I want to say probably about 3.5 weeks ago, she starts hitting me up like, oh, how you been? Let me pull up these messages because I got the messages from her still. I ain't gonna show her number, but where is this? Oh, here they are. Okay, so it doesn't show her number, but as y'all can see, we was talking for a minute. You feel me? But most of this was after the fact. You feel me? So I'm gonna go to when she first hit me up. Okay, the last time I spoke to her was August 18th, 2020. And we didn't even speak. She just texted me. And I'm like, why are you texting me type shit? You feel me? She said, you awake? I'm in the area. Jay is asleep. Can we crash in your living room, please? I never responded. And then she texted again at 12:19. She said, I'm almost out of gas. At this time, we were not talking. You feel me? August, whatever, the 8th month, 8/19, 2020. She tells me as I text her, don't call my phone because she was blowing me up. I don't mess with Shorty at the time. I don't want nothing to do with her. So I tell her, don't call my phone. She says, laugh my ass off, bet. Then she tells me like, okay, whatever, you feel me? That was that. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm trying to find the most recent messages because, like I said, I haven't talked to this girl in over a year. So all the messages I have from, 3 years, all the messages I have were from years ago, and when she hit me back in 2020 asking for a place to stay. Long story short, this girl hits me about 3 weeks ago. She sends me pictures of her son, and this is what the pictures. If y'all can see, don't mind my nails, but her son is right here, laying on the floor. Then there's this one. You feel me? She's sending me like all these random pictures. So I'm like, what are you doing? You feel me? Why are you sending me these pictures? And at first she texted me and she was like, just saw a pit, Jeremiah and I are okay, so love you always. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You feel me? Why is he on the floor? I asked her, why is the boy sleeping on the floor? Because she's supposed to have a whole house and all this and that. So I'm like, why is he on the floor? She ended up telling me how her car got stolen by her ex, and she'd been thugging it out with her son, um, and how she was just trying to make some quick money. Sorry, I'm skimming through the text messages so I could basically sum up what she was telling me. So I'm like, well, who's been watching your son while you've been out here in these streets? And she's like, Kareem Street Mom. Like I said, all the names I'm using is real. I'm not covering up nothing because I ain't gonna remember no fake name I done made up 5 minutes from now. So she's like, Kareem Street Mom is watching him. You feel me? Only one's name I'll probably make up is the child. Since he's a child, he don't belong in this. You feel me? But so I'm like, okay, well, that's crazy. You feel me? You got like the lady she has watching this boy is a drug addict. And so I'm like, why you feel me? He can come to my house if you need someone to watch him while you're out doing what you're doing. Mind you, I haven't spoke to her in 3 years. And then I was like, okay, well, he can always come chill with me and do homeschool with Lyric or whatever. She was like, yeah, he needs to be in homeschool. I just signed him up for online school. I was like, okay, that's nice. Or whatever. So long story short, days later, I don't hear from this girl. Then she texts me talking about she needs do I know where she can find a place for $16.50 a month in Denver? And I tell her, no, I don't live in Denver, so I can't help you with that. So I tell her about some resources or whatever. I don't hear from her for a couple days again. Then she was telling me she needed a car seat because like I told you, her car got stolen from the dude she was messing with. I guess he shot up her other friend's car or whatever with their kids in there. So I'm like, girl, why are you messing with these crazy niggas? So, her car gets stolen. She needs a car seat for the boy. You feel me? So days pass by. She sends me another picture of him. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, I don't see it in here, but she sends me another picture. It must have been from the other number she was texting me from, because mind you, she was texting me from 2 different numbers. So she sends me another picture of this boy, and he's like slumped over in the car with no car seat, laying on the door. You feel me? She tells me she's going out of state. So I'm like, okay, whatever. She never ended up going out of state. So I tell her, bring him to my house. Bring your son to my house. You feel me? I've been around her and her son. I've known her son since he was in the womb. Like I said, we used to be best friends. You feel me? I was around her whole pregnancy up until her son was 2 years old. He's finna be 5 next month. So I'm like, bring him to my house. He's always welcome here. You feel me? Even though I didn't give her an invite personally. I didn't give her an invite because I didn't want her in my house. But she knows her son was in good care, regardless of what happened. So she ended up bringing him. And at first she was telling me like, oh, I'm just going to send him in an Uber by himself. And I'm like, girl, you can't put him in an Uber by himself. He's 4 years old. She's like, well, I don't have no other way. So I'm like, well, girl, you need to figure out a way to get him to me. You feel me? I told you I would keep him for as long as you need me to. Just figure out a way to get him to me. She doesn't bring him that night. She brings him the next morning at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, my house where I used to live, I stayed in an apartment complex where I used to live. I'm in a house now, but I'm in an apartment complex back then. And my house was like on a hill. My apartment was on a hill. And down the hill was the street. She sent this boy from the street all the way up to my apartment complex. He's never been to my house, you feel me? Mind you that since we stopped hanging out, he hasn't been to my house in 3 years. You feel me? Doesn't know where I live. I can hear him from outside of my door yelling, Mom, which door is it? Mom, which door is it? So I'm like, what the hell? You feel me? Why is this boy out here yelling like this? Sorry, I had to get the little mic because I felt like y'all couldn't hear me that much. But so I'm like, why is this little boy yelling, you feel me, from the outside of my apartment complex? You feel me? He doesn't know which door it is. She didn't even walk him up to my door. So I peek out my window and I hear my phone ringing as I'm looking out the window. She's inside of the car, whatever he just got out of. She's inside of the car and she's yelling to him, I'm calling her now. So I hurry up and open the door, so I'm like, nobody grabs this little boy, you feel me? So I'm like, okay. And I tell her, like, I answer the phone once I let him in. I'm like, why didn't you walk him up here? Oh, I can't, my back, something like that. I'm like, okay, whatever. My daughter's 4 years old too, mind you. She's not going anywhere without me. I don't care if it's 5 feet. As long as we're outside of our home doors, I'm with her. You feel me? So I tell her, like, why didn't you walk him up here? Oh, my back. Okay, whatever. So he comes in, right? He has on his little rain boots, his coat. Mind you, this day it was a blizzard. You feel me? Like it snowed like crazy this day or the day before. So there was a lot of snow. So He comes in, he kicks his little shoes off, he goes immediately to Lyric's room, they start playing, you feel me? They click like this, you feel me? So I'm like, awesome. I tried to call her. He's only been here at my house for about 10 minutes at this point. I called her because he came in with a little like Walmart trash bag and his coat and hat. You feel me? So I'm like, what's in this Walmart trash bag? Because I told her to bring him clothes for a few days if he was going to stay there, which she didn't. So I opened the bag. There's nothing in here, girl, besides 4 packs of crackers, some Takis, and like this much hot chocolate in a thermal or in a thermos. I mean, so I'm like, I call her. I try to call her. Her phone goes straight to voicemail. This boy's only been in my house all of 10 minutes. So I'm like, why is her phone going straight to voicemail? Okay, whatever. So I text her. I'm like, where's his clothes? At this point, I wasn't tripping. I'm just like, where's his clothes? So hours go by. I don't hear nothing from this girl. By this time, it's probably about like 2, 3 o'clock. Then I finally hear from her. Mind you, she dropped him off at like 9 something this morning, about 9:14, 9:15. So she's like, oh, I'm on a money move or I'm on a money mission. I'll bring them when I bring them. Can I do it later? So I tell her, like, by this time, so I'm like, girl, I don't know what type of money mission you on, but I run a home, you feel me? I have kids in here, you feel me? We go to bed at certain hours, you feel me? So I don't know how long it's going to take you to do that. So I told her, like, if it's going to take you before dark time, don't even come. So I told her, bring them the next morning. And so I tell her, bring the boys' clothes the next morning. And which she never does, you feel me? So that night, I keep hearing this ding, 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 you know, like the Facebook Messenger. And I kept checking my phone, like, literally the whole night because I kept thinking somebody's messaging me. Come to find out, it was the tablet. Oh, that's what else he walked in. He walked in with the garbage bag, like the Walmart bag, and a tablet. Excuse me. But it was this tablet going off. So I'm like, why is this 4-year-old's tablet going off the Richter like this? You feel me? So I grabbed the tablet. And it was like one of those Obama tablets, you know, the free tablets they're giving out. And I know that because I've seen them before. But it was one of those, you feel me, and it's logged into her messenger. So let me go to my messages, or my pictures, should I say. It's logged into her messenger. Mind you, she tells me she just needs to make some money for rent and she needs me to watch her son for a few days, you feel me, while she's out here doing bad. So I'm like, okay, whatever, cool, you feel me? But I go into the messenger. I know I'm being nosy. I was nosy as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. But, bitch, I have your kids. So, of course, I'm supposed to know. You feel me? You're not answering your calls. You're not answering none of my texts. You feel me? None of that. Like I said, every time I tried to call her, her phone's going straight to voicemail. I had to literally wait for her to hit me up about her son. So, I go into her messages. Mind you, she's telling me one thing. She told me one thing already. But these messages are saying another. So, in these messages, these are like, okay, I'm gonna just show y'all because I took like a screen record or I recorded it. But as you can see, all these different people this girl is messaging. And literally every last message you see, the Wi-Fi had turned off at this point, so that's why you can't see pictures or nothing. But every last one I'm clicking into, this is all within the same day, within a couple hours. These messages aren't like normal people messengers where you have messages from months ago, weeks ago in your shit. No, all of these messages are recent from the same day. She's texting all these people talking about coming to my house, pull up, I just got rid of my son, I'll smoke you up if you come through and bring your gun, and I'll cook and all this and that, you feel me? She's meeting up with dudes trying to buy half ounces, you feel me? So I'm just like mind blown. I'm baffled, like, girl, you told me that you was going to be out here trying to get your rent money, and that's not what you're doing at all. You feel me? So that's just one of them. Then here goes another one. Like, these are all recent messages. I'm telling you, like, she was out here doing the nasty with dudes, plenty of dudes, not just one dude. You feel me? And I only had her son all of 24 hours. So I messaged her, and I'm like, girl, I know you didn't drop your son off, you feel me, with me, you feel me, so you can go out here partying and doing whatever. She was talking to at least 50 people. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, men and women, you feel me, just doing the most. So I'm like, girl, I know you didn't drop your son off with me, you feel me, while you out here just having the best time of your life, you feel me? Like, I understand, I feel me, I love him, you feel me, I'll always be here for him, but this isn't my kid, you feel me? I'm not responsible for him. I told you to bring him so he could have a safe place to sleep, you feel me? And you didn't bring him with nothing he needed, first off. So that's why I told her. And then she was originally mad because I told her bring him with $40 because it was the weekend. She brought him on a Thursday. And I told her, well, we usually go out before she brought him. I told her before she brought him, we usually go out on the weekends because my daughter's homeschool. We usually go out and do fun stuff on Friday and Saturday. So send him with $40, so he'll have money. She didn't bring him with money. She tells me he has $2 in his pocket. Girl, what is $2 gonna do? So I'm like, okay, whatever. After reading all these messages on this tablet, I message her again, and I'm like, so, are you gonna at least bring him clothes and the $40 so tomorrow we can go out and have fun? This girl starts going berserk, like, you're being a fake friend. I told you this and I told you that, and I'm like, hold up. First off, I never said we were friends. We haven't been friends for 3 years. I'm trying to go back into the messages here. But she just started going off. So I tell her, like, I don't have to deal with none of this. If you feel any type of way, you feel me, you can come get your son, you feel me. And well, let me tell you, before I told her that, she was like, let me tell you, because I have these in messages. Okay. So, well, mind you, I'm bad at telling stories, but let me skip back some to when she first dropped this boy off about 2-3 o'clock. Well, not even the night of her dropping him off. It's bedtime. You feel me? The kids, they didn't both had a bath. They didn't ate. You feel me? They didn't play themselves out. Her son starts crying. So I'm like, Jay, what's wrong? You feel me? We're gonna call him Jay. I'm like, Jay, what's wrong? And he's like, oh, nothing, oh, nothing. I just want mommy. So I'm like, okay, well, let's call your mom. You feel me? Let's call your mom. You feel me? So I text her because she didn't answer my call. Remember, I told you her phone goes straight to voicemail every time I call. So I text her. I said, Jay is asking for you. He misses you. I can tell he don't want to be. Oh wait, just asking. Oh, okay, wait. I messed it up because I'm reading different conversation. So I told her, like, how long did you plan on him staying? Because he's crying. And she's like, a night or so. Is that okay? I said, just asking. He misses you. So I can, misses you. I can tell. I don't want to just be sure. What? Just asking. He misses you. I can tell. I don't mind. Just want to be sure so I know what to tell him when he start asking to go home. So I basically told her, like, I don't care how long he stays with me. I'm just asking how long did you plan on him staying, because her son was crying. He was sad. He wanted his mom. And she told me, mommy is cleaning the house and handling shit. Tell him I'll get him when I get him. He needs to learn that I would never put him in harm's way purposely. My mom be feeding him lies. And all I told her is LMAO. Because I'm like, girl, I am not going to tell that to your kid. Proof. Like I said, I'm the blue, she's the black. And so I'm like, girl, I'm not going to tell him that. And then so I tell her, all right, what time you going to bring his stuff tomorrow? She goes, I in the AM, my body hurts. I need some rest. I said, all right, well, he needs a few dollars, because I told her that before. He needs a few dollars because we have dinner reservations and we usually go out and do stuff on weekends. Ask my mom for that. She's his daddy. So I'm like, what do you mean ask your mom for that? She's his daddy. That's what she sent me. I said, no, I'm not asking your mom for nothing. You're his mom. You feel me? So that's why I'm asking you. And your mom didn't drop him off. So she ignores me, you feel me? And that night, you feel me, she never called her son while he was crying, you feel me? So he ended up crying himself to sleep, which I felt really bad for. And then I told her, like, let me know what's up by 12, because we're going to go out. This is the next day. Because she never brought the money, she never brought his clothes, you feel me? So I'm like, well, let me know by 12, because we had plans on going out, you feel me? He doesn't have no clothes, he doesn't have no money, you feel me? And if anything, if I have to pay for him, I will, you feel me? But you should have just let me know. But he still needs fun. He still needs his clothes. So she was like, laugh my ass off. Okay. So I'm like, which is it? You feel me? Are you bringing the clothes or are you not? She was like, I would get him because you're being fake. Don't forget the reason we ever quit talking is because of you. Then she was talking about my fiance. That doesn't matter. On my way to get him while you talking, she's talking about she's on her way to come get him, and I said, okay, fake how, because I don't have cash to pay for him, and you should have sent him with money. I'm not money tree girl. And then I did make a status on Facebook like, how does a woman ask me to watch her kid while you're out here popping your pussy? Which is true, because girl, your child is more important than who you're giving your cooter to. So she got offended by that. Mind you, I'm not her friend, so somebody sent it to her. which I don't even care who sent it to her, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna speak my piece. Tell her what I told Facebook. And then so she's like, well, I'm on my way to come get him. Okay, Amber, that's fine. I told her, that's fine, we'll be here. Told her, when you coming? She said, right now, I'm getting dressed, I have to get on the bus. I'm like, okay, that's fine, you feel me? I'm trying to skip past all of the random dumb shit she was saying. Men, okay, let me mind you. Let me tell you. My daughter get ass whoopings. Yes, she do. If she's bad. And it's not even when she's bad. When she do stuff she's not supposed to be doing. Her and Jay, my daughter's name is Lyric, y'all know my daughter, they broke the Xbox in her room. Playing the day before. So they both got a whooping for it. Yes, Xbox is not cheap. So they got a whooping for it, and I told her they both got a whooping together, you feel me? When she did call, this was on the phone, an actual conversation, you feel me? I told her we was only on the phone for about a minute or two. So I told her they got a whooping together, they broke the Xbox, you feel me? They're having fun, they're in the jump house playing. So by the time she tells me she's coming to pick her son up, she's like, and there might not be no marks on my child. Marks where? Because like I said, and you know me just as well as anybody know me. That's why I told her, this is what I tell her. You know me just as well as anybody know me. If your kid's out of line, if your kid's disrespectful, all of that, you feel me, doing what they not supposed to, yes, they will get a whooping on the butt. Nowhere else. But ain't no kid gonna sit here and just do what they want to do. I was raised in the time, nigga, if you was a bad kid, I'll excuse my language, that word, but I was raised in the time, if you was bad, you feel me, you did something wrong, you got disciplined for it. So that was all it was, a small discipline. And at this point, she's like, there better not be no marks on my son. So I'm like, girl, ain't no marks on your son, you feel me? But you said you was on the way. How long is it gonna take you? That was at 9:02 a.m. I said, make sure you bring him some clothes too, a warm outfit. Because like I said, the day before it was a snowstorm. Then she was talking about all some type of bark back and all this and all that, girl. And I said, she said, because I could really bark, and then your husband's definitely going to find out you cheated on him. I'm like, girl, I ain't never cheated on my man. Been with him 3 years. And you ain't even been around those 3 years, so how would you know? For me, at this point, she was just trying to start stuff, and which my man thought it was funny too, because I'm with him every day. Excuse my hair. But I'm with him every day, 24/7, like we're always together. You feel me? If anything, he irritated because I won't leave his damn side. Then she started talking about she was gonna shoot me and all this and that, and I'm like, girl, I'm not one to take them threats light. You feel me? If you gonna threaten me, be about it. You feel me? So that's all I said. Then she gets mad. I told her, I said, laugh my ass off, but really, you ain't barked and I'm shaking. You're more than welcome to come inside my house and tell my husband whatever you want. This is when she was saying I was cheating, so I told her, you can come inside, you can tell him whatever you want, you feel me? I'm not going to stop you, you feel me? She said, no, thanks, you aren't worth my energy. I'd rather shoot you than to fight you. First off, we weren't talking about no fighting, we weren't talking about no shooting, you feel me? So she threatened my life, you feel me? Mind you, everybody know I keep my son on me. And I'm permitted to carry it. So if you gonna threaten me, be about it. So I said, okay, all right. Here's what I told her. The simple fact that you lied to me and told you that you was getting rent money for your house while you were out kicking it, that's crazy. And you're not getting money for your son. If you didn't want your son, that's all you had to say. You can say, watch my son. You can keep, or can you keep my son while I'm out having fun? Don't lie to me. You don't know who I am to lie to. I'm not God. I'm not your mama, and I'm not the president. I'm not the judge. And then I told her, if you gonna shoot, then shoot. You don't even got a gun, girl. Matter of fact, don't come to my crib, period. Because after you threaten me, I don't feel safe. I have a child in here. I got a family to protect. So I told Shorty, don't come to my crib, period. Yes, I have your son in here. But mind you, I've always had her mama's number. I've been friends with this girl for a long time. I've known her for over 8, 9 years. You feel me? We were friends for 5 years. I have her mama's number, all of that. So I told her, don't come to my house. I called her mom. I sat on the phone with her mom for about a good hour and 20 minutes. And her mom ran it down to me that Shorty has not been doing what she has to do as a mother, as a woman, as anything. She's been out here running these streets, doing the whole nine. So I'm like, wow. Then she tells me, so she says she's on her way. By this time, after like an hour and a half on her phone, is on the phone with her mom, it's about 11 something. Mind you, Shorty told me she was on her way at 9 o'clock. You stay 15 minutes from me. On the bus, it was about 45 because she said she was getting on the bus because she didn't have a ride. Okay, 45 minutes. You should have been here. She never shows up. So by this time, I didn't call her mom. I didn't told her mom, like, you feel me? I don't know what Amber's on. You feel me? Miss Lisa, but you're more than welcome to pick up Jeremiah. Her mom didn't want to pick up, oh, I'm sorry I said his name, but it's all right. You're more than welcome to pick up your grandson. Her mom's like, I don't want to pick him up because she's going to try to put kidnapping charges on me and all this and that. And I'm like, hold up, wait, why would she do that? So her mom's telling me, like, yeah, all these cases and all this and that. And so I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. So I tell her mom, well, you can come to my house and pick Jeremiah up. I'm just going to say his name because y'all don't know who I'm talking about. So I'm like, yeah, you can come to my house and pick him up. She's like, no, I won't come. I'm like, we're going to call the police because Amber's supposed to be on her way anyway. And she's threatening my life. You feel me? I got a child in here. And I don't really trust her to take this boy somewhere safe when you just have him all over the place. You feel me? So that was the real reason. So I told Amber, I said, okay, well, when you get here, let me know when you're outside. And I'm going to call the police so they can come inside, check your son. That was the original reason of me calling the police because she said there better not be no marks or bruises on her child. Okay, let's call the police. Let's have them examine him. You feel me? Police came. Well, not even. She ended up getting by my house, the gas station by my house. Mind you, my fiance, he left like 30, 40 minutes before she gets there. He ended up seeing her at the gas station. She's yelling my man's name, all this and that, talking about she's going to call the police and take pictures of our plates. And I'm like, girl. And he's like, go ahead, do what you do. The lady in the gas station, she knows us. You feel me? That's like, we're real cool with her. We've been out there for a long time, what we were. So she pulls my husband inside, like, get away from that crazy lady. She's been out there tripping for a long time. She's been on the phone yelling with somebody. You feel me? This was a gas station, ended up calling the police on her. So my husband comes home, you feel me? He tells me, like, guess who I just seen? I'm like, Amber. He's like, yeah, she's at the gas station. So I'm like, okay, well, she's supposed to be here any minute. So I'm like, you know what? Let me call the police now. He's like, there's no need. The gas station already called the police. So by the time I end up calling them anyway. I'm on the phone with the 911 operator telling him what's going on. You feel me? My babe's like, the police are outside, you feel me? And I'm like, okay, perfect, you feel me? They got here because she rode with them to my house. I don't know what she told them, but they came in like so sweet, you feel me? Like, I don't know if she told them like I was doing something wrong or something, like, bitch, I don't do nothing wrong, you feel me? But the officers were really nice, they were really sweet, they were cooperative, you feel me? They weren't on none of that. I told them basically what happened, like, this girl dropped this boy off to me 9 o'clock yesterday. He didn't have no clothes, he didn't have no money, you feel me? He was out here in all these different houses, you feel me? She's doing the most, you feel me? And now she's threatening my life. Then she told me that I bet not leave no marks on her son, so that's why I called you guys originally. But come to find out, she has a CPS, a child negligence case, in every county. I live in Colorado. If y'all don't know, y'all know. I live in Colorado. You have a CPS case in every county. And you think they gonna do what to me? I've never been involved in anything. My daughter's well taken care of. She has everything she needs. They came in looking at my house. Oh, this is nice. Yes, my house is nice. Yes, they were white officers. You feel me? They expect black people not to have nothing. I have a very nice house. The house I have now is even nicer. Let me say my apartment was nice, but my house now is nice. So they expected it, you feel me? I'm on the phone with her mom, you feel me? I'm like, are you on the way? She was like, yeah, but we have to call somebody because I don't want her to try to kidnap them. So I tell the officers the whole story, like, well, is her mom in the clear to take this boy, you feel me? Because his mom doesn't want him here with me no more because I basically found out what she was really doing. I put her on Front Street and she doesn't like that. But I told him, like, he's more than welcome to stay. He's safe here. He's comfortable. He's happy with my daughter. They were having a blast. So like, is her mom okay to pick him up? They're like, yeah, but we're gonna call CPS. Okay. Her mom, mind you, works for the Human Services, but she's been out of commission because of COVID. So they're like, yeah, mom could pick him up, yada yada yada. So I call his mom. I call her mom. I'm like, come over, Miss Lisa. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Me and Miss Lisa are cool. We've always been cool. So I'm like, come on. Come pick Jeremiah up. She came in, looked at Jeremiah, looked at my daughter. She's like, oh, Lyric's getting so big. And I'm like, yeah, you feel me? But long story short, you feel me? I just wanted to get that boy in a safe environment because his mother is not out here doing right by him. She has him in drug houses. She's out here dragging him from pillow to post, out here in the streets with him, you feel me? And that's not right because your child deserves better, you feel me? If you didn't want to be his mother, you should have decided that long ago. You still have time to decide, you feel me? Don't sit here and bring that boy and make him go through all this traumatizing stuff, you feel me? Which is not right. So I just felt like, let me show y'all these pictures before I exit here. I'm going to show y'all. But they end up putting her in the back of the police car because she was trying to fight her mom and all this and that. She's schizophrenic, she's bipolar, she's all this type of stuff. You hear me? If you ask me, she shouldn't even have her child. This is her. I'm going to show y'all her. That's her outside before they put her in the back of the police car. Police were at my house for about 2 hours. The police and her mom and her. She was outside. She never once entered my home. I let the police enter and her mom enter. I told them everything that was going on. You feel me? They're like, well, he seemed happy. He seems cool here. You feel me? Long story short, Shorty ended up saying she didn't want her son. She left, had the police take her somewhere. Then she told the police she was calling 7 News on us for, what did she say? She said for the way people treat her and that no one cares about her and all this and that. And I'm just like, girl, boo. I don't even care at this point, you feel me? Like, I just wanted this drama out of my life because I don't have drama like this, you feel me? Like, the police was involved. You came to my home, you feel me? You asked me to take care of your son. You lied, you feel me? You've been out here buying drugs, dealing drugs, you feel me? All this and that. And I don't go for none of that. So, Shorty just felt some type of way, you feel me? With me as a woman, I'm just like, as a mother and a woman, I can never put my child through that situation. I can never put my child in that type of predicament. You feel me? And her son is so sweet. He's so smart. You feel me? He knows so much. You feel me? And it's just like he's growing up too fast. You feel me? Like he knows too much for his age. You feel me? I wouldn't even say he's like, he just knows too much. You feel me? And that's from him being around grown folks too much. But I'm just like, this girl, since the incident, she's tried to hit me up on multiple occasions, you feel me, trying to say sorry and that she loves me and all this and that. And I'm like, girl, I don't have a problem. I don't have time for that. Because the way I feel, me and my son will come to you. We ain't coming to nobody. But girl, if you want to do all that, me and my son will definitely have a talk with you. But that was basically the story behind that. How this girl I used to hang out with asked me to watch her son. I haven't talked to in 3 years, haven't seen in 3 years, you feel me? None of that. You asked me to watch your son one day out of the blue. She got mad because I found out what she was really doing while you told me you were supposed to be get money for your rent. I don't know how she was supposed to be getting it, but that's what she told me. Come to find out, she was getting evicted from her place, so she didn't really need money. You feel me? She had a party the same night she dropped her son off. I'm just like, it was just wild and crazy. Like, let me know how y'all feel on any parts of this story, Lady Gang, because if I'm in the wrong, if y'all feel like I was in the wrong in any way, let me know. But I don't feel like I was in the wrong because I did what any mother would have done, you feel me? Any real mother would have done, took in another child, you feel me? Put them in a safe environment, made sure they were fed, clean, and all that happy. And I also made sure that he got to another safe environment where he was well taken care of. He loves being with his grandma. He calls her Mimi. He loves being with her. He loves being with his aunt and his grandpa. You feel me? He loves it over there. You feel me? So I felt like I did what was best for him in that situation. Because if I would have let him go with his mom, she came to my house with a duffel bag. She had this big old duffel bag in the snow, and you were trying to take your son. No. I'm not letting it go. I don't care, girl. He deserves better. So that's what happened with that. But I'm probably going to cut this video short. Well, I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to do it. What's in my purse? My purse is full. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe if y'all would like another story time with the Lady Gang. Let me know, comment down below. I should have rolled up for this, but it just stresses me thinking about it, Lady Gang. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell. Until next time, Lady Gang, 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 gang.